Hey everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day today. Well, today we're going to be talking about clutch number 5. That's right. I'm getting back to showing off some of the amazing clutches that I produced this year. So stick around. I'm Jack, and you're watching Python Addiction. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. So, I'm going to be going over clutch number 5. The last clutch that I showed off in its entirety was clutch number 4. That was several weeks ago. So now I'm kind of moving right on in to clutch number 5. Now this particular clutch was a pairing between my girl Raven, who is cinnamon and pastel, with my boy Athos, who is fire and banana and pinstripe and orange dream. So, we have some very, very unique combos that came out of this particular pairing. We have a total of 7 snakes, and I'm very, very happy with the whole clutch. They are all eating without any problems whatsoever, and they're actually at that point to where they will be listed soon on a Morph Market. And those listings will go first to my Patreon members. So if you are interested in any of these, you're going to want to look at potentially subscribing to the Patreon for as little as $1 a month, and you can get access to what I have available before it actually goes to the public listing on Morph Market. So this, along with all of the previous clutches that I've shown, will all be available soon. I just recently listed clutch number 1. They'll be going up on the Morph Market themselves later this week, and they will also be available at the upcoming shows that I'm going to be at. But I wanted to show off these 7 babies out of this particular clutch, as I call them my banana bread clutch. I call it banana bread because of the cinnamon mixed in with the banana produces an absolutely amazing dark background that complements with a really nice orange twist in the pattern that it makes. So it's a really unique thing. And then when you throw in things like Orange Dream and things like pastel or the pewter, if you have like a pewter, which is pastel and cinnamon, mixed in with banana, it makes some really, really, really unique combos, like this boy right here. Absolutely stunning boy. We'll show him on the overhead here just a little bit. It probably won't show just how dark he really is. Just let me focus this down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now you can really see it on here. Just really how dark he is. His head stamp is nice and dark, and he's already starting to get some of his little freckles, which is absolutely amazing. I love banana and how it looks. It's one of those morphs that does a lot when you mix it with other genes. You can get some things that wash it out, some things that really enhance it, and it's a really, really fun gene to play around with. Now, this is a boy, and he is the cinnamon and pastel and banana all mixed together. So an absolutely beautiful baby boy. And we'll move right on to number 2. And I'm back with number 2. And now with this particular clutch, I did not get a lot of the banana. I got a lot of the other combos, including the pinstripe and everything else. And this is one of those examples with a pinstripe, and I'm going to say it's pinstripe with Orange Dream because it's not with the yellowing, and I'll show you over on the overhead here. The yellowing is more orange. This is not just a single gene pinstripe, so you can definitely tell the difference, because if this was just a normal pinstripe, it wouldn't be this yellow, but it doesn't have the pastel in it. And the reason why I know it doesn't have the pastel is because all of these, the sides are not like completely jumbled out. Pastel would normally jumble that out, but the Orange Dream, on the other hand, kind of lightens the snake, kind of like Enchi would, but really enhances all of the pattern. So this would be a pastel, or not pastel, this would be a Orange Dream and pinstripe baby, and I have not gendered them yet. I know the banana is a boy because it was made from a male maker, and I did double check his gender after he went right into the bin, but he was the only one that I kind of double checked on things, and this is a baby girl. So this is an Orange Dream pinstripe girl. Absolutely beautiful little baby. Eating very well. Prefers live over frozen thawed, but has eaten both so far for me. And we will move on right to number 3. And I'm back with number 3. And number 3 is going to be another very, very interesting looking one that has definitely the pastel markings, but has a lot of extra orange mixed in there, and you guessed it probably, if you're thinking it, also Orange Dream is in the mix here. And we'll go to an overhead view on this one, and you can really see when you mix pastel and Orange Dream, when you mix Orange Dream and anything, it's got this way of just enhancing things, bringing out some of the colors, and really shoring up the pattern of the snake, as well as throwing in some of those extra hints of orange in the mix, a little bit of extra flaming on the sides. So an absolutely beautiful baby. And we'll come back and I will check this one out as well to see what it is. And again, female. I tend to get a very heavy, yeah, this one's kind of acting like a boa or something, just kind of hanging right here on my finger. Absolutely adorable. But I tend to get a lot more females when I pair my banana male makers up. Everything else in the clutch normally ends up being female. So I don't complain in that regards there, but another absolutely beautiful baby, and we will move on to the next one. Now this next one is a little bit different because this is going to be the pinstripe along with fire in the mix instead of Orange Dream. There's no Orange Dream here. It's not super, super bright. We'll bring you right over to the overhead on this one. This particular baby is only eating live. She has been, I think it's a she. They've been very, very, very picky when I've tried to feed frozen thawed and just refusing to eat when I feed them that, but I give them a live mouse and poof, it's gone in the matter of a couple of moments. And that's something that it can take a little bit of time to switch them over. I'm still trying to work this focus thing out with this new camera to actually get it to really focus on these babies when my face is also in the picture. Not that easy. But we will check just to make sure gender-wise if this is a boy or a girl. And girl. Almost peed on me too. But you can't tell just by looking at one of the ball pythons that it's a female. But with as much as I've worked with the banana gene and how my clutches normally come about, it's very seldom that I will get boys that are in a clutch when I do the pairing with a male maker. And it's still the luck of the draw. This was 7-egg clutch. So I got one banana baby out of the whole clutch and then a lot of everything else. So we are going to move on to the next one. And I am back. I really love the darkness of this particular baby. As you can see here, absolutely gorgeous. This is going to be the cinnamon with fire mixed into it, and I am probably going to call this also Orange Dream that's in there. And the reason why I'm calling it that is just the enhancements on the pattern of this particular baby. So very, very dark, and we'll switch to the overhead here just so you can see just how dark this baby actually is. Absolutely beautiful side pattern that's really, 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 I mean, it's amazing at how just the differences are on each of these, the keyhole entries and everything for the pattern and how it blushes up a little bit. And this blushing up is why I'm thinking there's Orange Dream in this mix, is because of all of that extra little blushing that is on the sides. It's kind of like having Enchi but not having Enchi, because Orange Dream and Enchi kind of have very similar characteristics to what it does for enhancing some combos, but when you're looking at them individually, you can see some of the differences depending on if it's a light morph or if it's a dark morph. And with Cinnamon being a dark morph, you get those dark enhancements instead of like the orange enhancements and embellishments that you get with things like adding pastel to the mix. And we are going to see if this is a boy or a girl. Another girl. So a very dark cinnamon and fire and Orange Dream girl here. Absolutely beautiful. Again, I can't say enough. This might not actually even have fire in it. I'm going to have to look and talk to a couple of other people that I know that work with these gene combos to be 100% certain. This might just be the pastel, the black, or the cinnamon, not pastel, the black pastel or cinnamon. I know that my girl is cinnamon, but the black pastel is allelic and looks very, very similar. But this is definitely the black pastel and definitely Orange Dream, but there's definitely possibly fire going on in there, something else that's darkening it a lot and making things just pop. So an absolutely beautiful baby girl, and we will move on to one of the next two. Now that I'm looking at things, that other one doesn't have fire in it, because I think this one does. So we've got another one that's really, really, really dark in its whole overall look. So it definitely has the black pastel in there, but you can see the difference in the actual sides here. Still a lot of the dark keyring or the bordering around all of the markings. So definitely Orange Dream is in that mix, but definitely fire in this one because you can see the mix up in the pattern, and the head is not as dark. It's got a little bit of blushing, so we can go to the overhead here and you can definitely see on the head the blushing on there. So this one definitely does have fire in it, and you can see it a little bit more with some of the striping down the back side and how it's blushed out a little bit more all along here. No pastel. Definitely still not any pastel in this mix, because if it were pastel, this wouldn't look as clean with all of those extra lines around off to the side as you would compare that. Well, it could actually be. It actually could be. I just took a quick peek at Mom. So this could actually be the cinnamon pastel, so pewter, and Orange Dream in the mix to give it that a little extra oomph. So I'm not perfect at IDing. I just know what I work with when it comes to the different genes, and I do what a lot of breeders do, and I compare. I literally just looked at Mom to make a comparison in the pattern differences that are here to see if there was actually pastel in the mix. And I can see that this is probably either fire or pastel. My vote is probably going to be the pastel, so that with the Orange Dream and the cinnamon for this one. So this would be a pewter OD girl. And I know it's a girl. I already gendered this particular one a couple of different times as I was looking at the potential for a holdback with this one when I saw her hatching out. So, but another beautiful baby. And I ended up deciding I'm not going to hold back on this one. So this one will be available. Also eating frozen thawed, but prefers live. But another absolutely beautiful baby. And we'll move on to the last one of this particular clutch. This last one is an absolute beauty. And this one I might be holding back. I'm not 100% sure yet. But this is definitely a black or cinnamon, pastel, fire, orange dream girl. And she loves to eat, and she's absolutely stunning. We're going to go right to the overhead here just so you can see. And this is what I was talking about when you mix the pinstripe that she has in her with the pastel, you get all of this extra pixelization. But you mix in the black pastel in with the pinstripe, you get this really nice dark pattern in here. And then the orange dream just adds those little extra highlights and hints all along the body side and just kind of cleans things up just ever so slightly in this particular pairing. Absolutely beautiful girl, very calm, and like I said, very potentially I'm still working on which ones I want to keep as holdbacks for this year, as now all of my clutches have hatched since I'm recording this video. I'm not sure what I'm going to keep. I would love to keep a lot of them, but I can't do that. I don't have the space and everything, as I am trying to condense and shore up some of what I have in my collection to something a little bit smaller. So I can't keep everything, and that's always one of the hard parts of being a breeder, is you produce such beautiful animals like this. You want to keep them all, and you really can't. So, but if I don't keep her, she definitely will be another one of those that's going to be available, both at the shows and also at my morph market and everything like that. So this is all of clutch number 5. Originally, it was my banana bread clutch. I was hoping for a lot of, I mean, could you imagine adding banana to this? That would be absolutely insane. It would give a lot of the yellows and just add a whole nother layer on top of everything that's already there. That was the type of thing that I was looking at producing, was a lot more of the banana mixes this year. But you can't win every year with getting everything, so that's kind of the luck of the draw. I still got 7 absolutely beautiful babies out of the mix, 0 normals, which is always a bonus when you're dealing with non-recessive combinations, and you're dealing with just standard morphs. You don't always hit a chance of actually getting a gene other than normal in the mix. So you kind of have to keep your fingers crossed when you're playing that genetic lottery. So let me know in the comments below which of these babies out of this particular clutch you like the most. I'm torn between this baby and the super dark girl. I like them both. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the banana as well, but I have a couple of different banana boys already, so I don't need another banana boy to keep, but I still really love that combo itself. But let me know in the comments which one you guys like, if you like some of the darker morphs. I truly enjoy some of the darker morphs myself, and one of the new genes that I'm going to be mixing in with everything is some of the mahogany. So I'm going to be playing around with that a little bit, as I really want some really dark looking snakes as I go forward with some of my breeding projects. So please do like this video, as that lets me know that you guys enjoy this type of content. And also, if you've made it this far into the video and you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, click that notification icon, as that'll let you know when I do new videos. I tend to do new videos at least once a week. So until next time, I love you all. I'm Jack, and you've been watching python addiction.